Welcome back to the show. The great Kellyanne Conway, former counselor to President Trump. By the way, she ran his 2016 successful presidential campaign. Her book is Here's the Deal. It was a bestseller, continues to be. And she is a brand new Fox News contributor. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, Larry.
My great pleasure. Okay, a couple things I want to go through. First of all, I guess you were on the conference call this morning. I missed it. Scott Rasmussen's new poll, Republicans enjoy a 4-point advantage among likely voters, generic ballot, 49 to 45. A tighter screen shows it +7, 51 to 44. And the economy is the number one issue.
Yes, it is.
Cost of living, jobs, climate change, abortion. So I added up, it's 40%, if my math is right, on the economy, 6% on climate change, 5% on abortion. That ain't much. I think things are looking up. What's your take on it?
And those are top issues for Hispanic voters. That's a subset there also, which is really incredible, Larry, because in 2012, Democrats had a +42 advantage on the generic ballot when it came to Hispanic voters. Now that's been cut in half today, according to the Monmouth poll, cut in half to 21%. Now, you and I talked on radio as well. What's been happening with Hispanic voters? Well, they're realigning toward the Republican Party, obviously because of rising cost and rising crime. But they've also always been and continue to be education voters. Hispanics tend to have school-aged children in the home, in public school system. They saw screen time as school time. They found out what these kids were learning and not learning in the schools. And they feel that the kids are suffering from lost learning and a lot of other deficits not of their own making. The other thing that doesn't go covered enough, in my view, is that you've got so many Democrats now openly hostile toward religion. And it doesn't even matter what your religion is.
Right.
They're just hostile toward it. And they don't say thoughts and prayers anymore. They can't do that. They rip mother, father, brother, sister out of the government documents. So they'll certainly rip them out of the communities and out of our households. But you see this realignment among Hispanics, and you see a true realignment among independents. The independent voters right now, including in the Monmouth poll just released this afternoon, are a disaster for Joe Biden. In the Monmouth poll, 43% of the sample are independents. It's a pretty nice, robust, hearty number. Joe Biden's approval rating on inflation, rising costs, as you say, among independents is 21%.
Wow.
Congress's approval rating is 14%, disapprove 70%. Everybody knows which party controls Washington right now, and they want to change. Larry, some of these horse race numbers are going to shift. You're going to see both candidates under 50% and within a few points of each other in hot Senate races like Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, maybe Arizona, New Hampshire, Ohio. But what's not going to change between now and Election Day is the issue set. It's uncomplicated, it's straightforward. It's rising costs, rising crime, education, fairness, security, border security, national security, freedom from crime and drugs in your own communities, and everyday affordability. It's a very straightforward issue set.
I just can't imagine that this helps Democrats. I just can't imagine.
Not at all.
You look at all these poll after poll, liberal polls, conservative polls, none of this stuff helps Democrats. Can I just go back to one thing? I mentioned this in my talk out at the Reagan Library. Bill Buckley was a religious man. Okay, he's a high church Catholic. We are Catholics. I'm a Catholic convert. Why is it, and this is not unimportant, the left hates religion? They've scrapped it from the schools, among other things. They want to scrap it from any place to do with the public square, for example, even going after Christmas. It's like the left hates God. And God's not on the ballot here, but I just find this very disconcerting. And it's one of the constant pitfalls of totalitarianism and socialism. They just hate, we are endowed by our Creator. They don't believe that.
That's right. Well, they don't seem to. They're pretty hostile to religion. The minute that you mention prayerfulness or somebody talks about the role that religion may have in their political beliefs or central to their everyday decisions and who they are, it sometimes is mocked, ridiculed. You see the late night comedians who aren't funny doing that as well. And I think it's costing them among Asian Americans, among Hispanic Americans, among some of the more religious Black voters as well, because you see this attrition among people who spend an awful lot of time on Sundays on their knees in the pews, doing what they want to do. That's their choice and their voice. But I also want to say this. Larry, I wrote in my book, Here's the Deal, the memoir, We never deeply examine that which we deeply disdain. And I said that in relation to why the Democratic and the media pollsters keep on underestimating the Trump voter, the Trump-Pence voter. 2016, they said, oops, he will get it right next time. 2020, oops, he will get it right next time. No, they won't. They're still getting it wrong. And the reason they're getting it wrong is they're undercounting what they undervalue and that they don't understand. Same thing with religion. It started with Senator Obama when he was running for president. He said, oh, you've got these people clinging to their God, their gun, their religion. And he said it derisively. You know, we need to respect each other's individuality more. And whether that means somebody has a different political party, but really whether it means religion is different. People are afraid to make the sign of a cross before the meal in public. They're afraid to express who they are. They actually think their religion could get them canceled now, not just their politics. And think about that.
I think they're afraid to fess up about conservative voting.
Yes.
In case the FBI is going to take their cell phone away, okay?
Yes,
I mean, I think that's a worry. They don't want to. They don't want to tell the truth. Just in the last minute, quick things. Undercurrents in this thing. People hated the cancellation of student loans.
Yes, big.
And open border, and fentanyl.
Yes. So, Larry, fairness is a core governing value in this country. Right now, the vice president talks about equity, and that has to be cleaned up by your White House.
I almost forgot about that.
Fairness, well, she's forgettable. Fairness undergirds immigration policy, drug policy. People say it's just unfair that the drugs are pouring into our kids' veins, our communities. It's an indiscriminate crisis. But also they say it's not fair that the welders, carpenters, hairdressers, and stay-at-home moms have to pay for the lawyers, the MBAs, the doctors. They also say it's not fair that manufacturing is disappearing again or under, our trade deals aren't being enforced. So fairness is a core governing value. It's also undergirds school choice and charter schools, educational freedom. It's just not fair that kids can't access a quality, affordable education worthy of their humanity and dignity. And you have an entire Democratic Party, particularly at the federal level, that's hostile not just to religion, but to educational freedom. They're standing in the schoolhouse door preventing kids of all backgrounds from exiting these failing schools and going and getting a start at that. Fentanyl, #1 killer of 18 to 45-year-olds. The White House where you and I worked, we together worked on policies. The president, the first lady.
He was very keen on
that. Broke the back of that.
Was very keen on
they
that.
were. And Larry, the stats will show you, broke the back of the drug crisis. First dip in overdose deaths in 30 years. Now 107,000 overdose deaths last year. You could fill up Yankee Stadium and MetLife Stadium and still be looking for seats.
And wait a minute. A catastrophic hurricane in Florida.
Yes.
But only racial justice and equity people.
Natural disasters, drug disaster, they're indiscriminate. They affect everyone, and the relief must.
I mean, honest to God, everyone was damaged in Florida.
Of course.
They were everybody, people of all races, all colors.
And they need to be inspired and informed.
She has to come and say this, Harris? I mean, it's pretty bad.
Well, that's only a day after she was in North Korea saying that we have a long-standing alliance with them. So it's every single day. I used to be upset when her schedule said the vice president has nothing on her public schedule today. I'm actually usually relieved now when it says that because we won't hear from her. But seriously speaking, we need information and inspiration from our leaders. And she and Biden do nothing of this. They don't do either of those for us right now.
And in effect, they are going to be on the ballot.
They're on the ballot big time, and they'll probably be on the ballot in 2024.
Fox News' latest contributor, the great Kellyanne Conway.
And Larry Kudlow, fan of the world.
What's the name of the book?
Here's the Deal, memoir. Okay. New York Times #1 bestseller. Here's the deal.
One click is all
It's directional. It's about the future. It's about the future for all of us, that book.
I think the future is going to...
Larry, congratulations on your big award. I know you're very humbled by it, but we're all really thrilled for you. And
thank you.
You're like Buckley and Reagan. You're a great communicator, but everybody, don't forget, you can't be a great communicator like Larry Kudlow unless you have something great to communicate. So thank you.
Thank you, Kellyanne.